Hey everybody, back again. Woo, another episode of Porch Conversations here. So let's talk about seeds, right? Seeds are energy by way of communication. They come through us, human beings. It can be positive or negative, either helping somebody to grow and it's edifying, or it can stunt their growth and lead to despair in their life. I think it's important to understand that we may not be in control of what is planted, but we are in control of if and how it grows, which is also very difficult, or can be very difficult to do. It's not an easy thing to do by any means. But I watched Bishop Bronner, and one of the sermons I watched, he noted an acronym called THINK, which I thought, this is very important. And he noted it as a tool to use to be able to check yourself when you are getting ready to open your mouth and speak to somebody, when you feel as though, okay, I see them doing this, or I see this, or whatever is just in me and is leading me to go tell them this. You want to put it through what he called the think test, which is THINK. Is it true? Is it helpful? Is it inspiring? Is it necessary for you to tell them that? And is it kind? And I think by going through these things, especially when it's something that, you have an opinion on, or you feel a certain way on, and it's a sensitive subject, or you just don't want to have your words misconstrued, or to do a purpose that maybe you did not intend for them to do, because everybody makes mistakes. And if somebody's really, really hurt or feels a certain way about something they said, sometimes maybe it's that person, but sometimes it's also that there could have been a different delivery, or a different way of going about whatever concerns it is. And especially if you run things through this think test, because you have to think about, okay, is this true? In actual life, is it true? Not in my reality, it's true for me. But in real life, is it actually true? Does this actually mean what I believe it means? If by me saying what I'm saying, is this actually going to help the person? What would me saying this thing, what is it going to do? Is it going to help, or is it going to hinder? We should change that to help or hinder. Helpful or hindering? Is it inspiring? Is it going to inspire this person to want to reach for better and to be better? Sometimes that's what our goal is, but sometimes the things that we say, when we kind of play it back and kind of realize how, wow, that really, I could have done a lot better with that delivery of what I was trying to say. I see that it really kind of ended up backfiring, and this is how it came out. And I realized I just could have went about this a whole lot different. It should inspire them, not shame them into doing what you believe they should do, or what you believe is helpful for them. Shaming people doesn't, I don't think it typically works that well. And a lot of people don't realize that we're shaming. But it should inspire. And is it necessary? Is this information, this thought that you want to bring, is it necessary? Does it really have to be said? Because everything that's thought doesn't have to be said. What's going to happen if it's not said? What has already happened? Is it necessary? And is it kind? Is it a kind thing that you're saying? So I think that's a wonderful tool for everyone to, try to implement in their lives when they're speaking to people, and to also understand that hurt people. And we want to address certain things and understand that maybe the way that we are and how we go about things when we are expressing ourselves, it can be molded and informed by our own personal perspectives. And so I guess having that self-awareness of where you are. So when you're coming and speaking, that, you know, you're just being thoughtful, that, you know, you know what I mean? You're not in a space that this is the only way you can see it, because this is your reality. So lastly, I just want to read some scriptures that I felt like really spoke to this, you know, topic today. So here we go. Don't use foul or abusive language. Well, I'll tell you what scripture it is first, and then we'll read it. So this is Ephesians chapter 4, verse 29 through verse 32. Don't use foul or abusive language. Let everything you say be good and helpful, so that your words would be an encouragement to all that hear them. And do not bring sorrow to God's Holy Spirit by the way you live. Remember that He has identified you as His own, guaranteeing that you will be saved on the day of redemption. Put away from you and get rid of all bitterness, rage, anger, harsh words, and slander, and all types of evil behavior as well. Instead, be kind to one another. Be tender-hearted. Be forgiving towards one another, as your Father who art in heaven has forgiven you through Christ. Proverbs 13:3. Those who control their tongue will have a long life. Opening your mouth can ruin everything. Bishop Bronner said that you want to plant seeds of encouragement, kindness, gratitude, goodwill towards others, and goodwill towards others. The success of the day is in the seeds that you plant, not necessarily in the harvest, because each day you plant seeds. The harvest comes at the end. But just continuing to push forward. You may not see, you know, the results of you trying to help, but it's in the fact that you are speaking truth, and you're bringing the good news, and you are bringing positivity and prosperity, encouragement, inspiration, love, and kindness, and forgiveness to someone. Every time you sow a seed, you are scheduling a harvest, and we're hoping for good ones with the type of energy we're trying to bring. Mark 4 and verses 3 through 9 says, "Listen, a farmer went out to plant some seed, and he scattered it across his field, and some of it fell on the footpath, and immediately the birds came and it completely ate them up. Some other seeds, they fell on shallow soil, and it was like rocky underneath, so it sprouted up really quickly because the soil was shallow. But when the sun came out, it got really hot and it wilted, and because the roots were not deep enough, it couldn't survive and it died. And then you've got other seeds that fell on thorns, and as they grew up, the thorns choked them to the point where the plant wasn't prosperous, and it didn't grow and could not produce grain. And even with all of that going on, there were still seeds that fell on good, fertile soil, and that sprouted up and grew and produced harvests, 30, 50, 70, 100-fold, as much as was planted, or as much as that was sown. We have a purpose. There's other people out here feeling like me, and they're worried about what other people say, or worried about too many other things. It's not important. As long as we're doing what we're supposed to do, we don't control where it falls, but the seeds have to fall, because they were saved not only by the blood of the Lamb, but by the power of their testimony. So he who has an ear to hear, let him hear. That's all I want to say. That will conclude our episode today. Yeah. So you guys, go out in your lives and be kind, be merciful, be loving, be gracious, be tenderhearted. Ask God to help you to put on the mind of Christ every day, to see past people's faults, to see their need. Yeah. Okay. Bye.